Making headlines this hour, Indian ambassador states that ties between Maldives and India are not just limited to diplomacy, but has also blossomed into a steadfast development partnership. Maldives and Hong Kong conclude discussions in formulating a free trade agreement between both countries. And Syrian opposition says they would not attend the Russia-brokered peace conference in Sochi next week.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to PSM News in English with me, Hafiz Abdul Sattar. And now the news in detail. Minister of Health Abdullah Nazim Ibrahim concludes his official tour of Ashavian Atoll. In his tour, he visited 7 islands of Ashavian Atoll, namely the islands of Fiwa, Naradu, Milandu, Funadu, Komandu, Lamagu and Maroshi. As per information provided by Ministry of Health, Minister Nazim surveyed the health facilities and services provided on respective islands during his trip. In addition, Minister Nazim inaugurated various new health facilities in the atoll. In his trip, Minister Nazim noted that the biggest issue facing the Maldivian health sector was the shortage of Maldivian doctors and assured that the government was planning on establishing a medical college in Maldives in order to address the issue. Maldives and Hong Kong successfully conclude discussions on formulating a free trade agreement between both countries. Briefing the media after discussions held at Hong Kong, Minister of Economic Development Mohammed Saeed stated that with the establishment of the new FTA, positive effects would be felt by the Maldivian economy, especially in areas such as tourism and trade. Maldives signed a free trade agreement with China in December 2017, making it the first ever FTA established by Maldives with an individual country. Maldives is also party to the South Asian Free Trade Area, SAFTA. Ambassador of India to Maldives Akhilesh Mishra states that ties between Maldives and India are not only limited to diplomacy, but over the years this bond has also blossomed into a steadfast partnership which assists the progress of both nations. Addressing the official function held to mark the 69th Republic Day of India, Ambassador Akhilesh Mishra said as close and friendly neighboring nations, Maldives and India enjoy a cordial and multidimensional relationship.
India celebrates their Republic Day on 26th of January every year, honoring the date on which the Constitution of India came into effect 68 years ago. Various colorful events have been organized to celebrate this occasion in different states of India. Addressing the official function held in Maldives to mark the Republic Day of India, Ambassador of India to Maldives Akhilesh Mishra said bilateral relations between both nations have been nurtured and strengthened over the years by regular contacts at all levels. Ambassador Mishra said relations between Maldives and India is not just limited to diplomatic ties, but has blossomed into a steadfast partnership which assists in the progress of both nations. Shedding light on the historic relations both countries enjoy, Akhilesh Mishra stated that as close and friendly neighboring nations, both nations enjoy a cordial and multidimensional relationship.
The affinity between the people in terms of the language, the culture, the spirituality, the folklore, the music, and the way of life was there already. This is India-Maldives relationship. It's far beyond diplomatics, far beyond diplomacy.
The ambassador highlighted the developmental works carried out by the Indian government in the past year and stated that the country has attained economic progress of approximately 7.4%. Ambassador Mishra stressed that the benefits of the achievements attained by India is not just limited to 1 billion Indian citizens. as such advancements have a global impact. Guest of honor at the function, Minister of Health Abdullah Nazim Ibrahim stated that India has showcased exemplary efforts in all international fora and said that India has proven to be one of the most successful nations to be with its vibrant culture and traditions. Minister Nazim also said that Maldives and India have taken their relations to a whole new level in the past few years.
There are many opportunities for both countries. We welcome and our friendly Indians to come forward and work together so that it will be beneficial for all of us. Together, we can make greater achievements, and we look forward to more collaboration in different areas of development in years to come.
The function held at Riyasuddin School was attended by dignitaries from both Maldives and the Indian community in the Maldives. The event showcased cultural performances from both nations.
Ambassador of Maldives to United Kingdom and European Union, Ahmed Shian, states that the administration of President Abdullah Yamin Abdul Gayoom has built Maldives as a nation to take pride in, with ambitions of economic stability and development. Speaking on PSM News' Talk Maldives, Ambassador Shian stated that the fundamental aspect of Maldivian foreign policy is commercial diplomacy.
One of the main goals of President Abdullah Yamin Abdul Gayoom's administration is the achievement of economic stability. With this aim, the administration formulated the new foreign policy, which aims to increase opportunities for the economic advancement of citizens and to promote the national interest through innovative approaches. Speaking on PSM News' Talk Maldives, Ambassador of Maldives to United Kingdom and European Union, Ahmed Shian, stated that the Maldivian foreign policy strives to make Maldives a resilient nation. Ambassador Shian said that the administration of President Abdullah Yamin Abdul Gayoom has built the Maldives as a nation to take pride in, with ambitions of economic stability and development. He added that the prime focus of the Maldivian foreign policy has always remained consistent as commercial diplomacy.
Maldives is a very proud country that is trying to achieve its targets to higher goals, aspirations, especially when it comes to economic terms, when it comes to the economy. In short, you can say commercial diplomacy. I think that's a huge focus that we have brought under this government, especially under the foreign policy.
Shedding light on his role as the Ambassador of Maldives to United Kingdom and European Union, Ambassador Shian stated that under the guiding principles of President Yamin, Maldives has shown interest in establishing free trade agreements with both parties. The ambassador highlighted that the current administration seek opportunities of investment through trade concessions.
President Yamin's policy has always been to look into opportunities where we could get investments, and especially through trade concessions, and to make ways in order for Maldivian investors and also the foreign investors to come and invest in Maldives, and also people-to-people contact where trade and goods can be purchased in a better terms, and also to make various arrangements where it will be feasible and also convenient for Maldivian businesses and individuals to interact with these countries.
Shian added that such FTAs would benefit small economies like Maldives, as it opens the Maldivian market to the world, while simultaneously providing opportunities for local investors to venture to the global markets. Ambassador Shian concluded by ensuring that the new foreign policy would bring prosperous future for all Maldivians.
Maldives and Laos hold discussions on ways to provide collaborative assistance and protection on social issues at a global scale. In a meeting between the Minister of Gender and Family of Maldives, Zenisha Shahid Zaki, and Minister of Labour and Social Welfare of Laos, Dr. Kampong Sompang, discussed ongoing efforts on protecting and promoting the rights of vulnerable groups. In the talks, which was held within the official visit of Gender Minister From 22nd to 25th of this month to Laos, Minister Zenisha briefed the minister from Laos on the progress Maldives has attained in this sector. She highlighted the work Maldives has carried out in the protection of vulnerable groups. Minister Zenisha also met with the President of Laos Women's Union, Dr. In Lawan Kheopunpang, and discussed ongoing efforts on the advancement of women's rights in both countries. In the gender minister's trip, she visited the Counseling and Protection Center for Women and Children and exchanged experiences on providing assistance and support to victims of abuse. The minister also visited various orphanages in Laos. Maldives Marketing and Public Relations Corporation MMPRC participates in the FESPO Fair 2018, which was held at Switzerland's Zurich. According to MMPRC, a delegation of 19 members from 12 companies are representing Maldives at this fair. MMPRC further revealed that the delegation includes members from resorts, travel agencies, in addition to Labour Board Association of Maldives. As per information provided by MMPRC, the delegation is headed by the permanent representative at the Permanent Mission of the Republic of the Maldives to the United Nations Office at Geneva, Dr. Hala Hamid, and the Deputy Minister of Tourism, Hussein Lirar. MMPRC reveals that the FESPO Fair would provide a platform for exhibitors to advertise the Maldivian tourism industry to the Swiss market. As per the latest statistics released by the Ministry of Tourism, 3.1% of the total tourist arrivals to Maldives are originated from Switzerland. Association of Southeast Asian Nations ASEAN leaders watch a parade and stunt performances as India celebrated the anniversary of its national constitution taking effect.
Marching bands, floats, military hardware, camels and stunt performers on motorbikes were paraded from the President's Palace through the tree-lined roads of central Delhi. Flags of the Southeast Asian group of countries fluttered at the 90-minute parade. The celebrations also included aerial displays and floats from Indian states. India's constitution came into effect on the 26th of January 1950. It won independence from British colonialists in 1947. Leaders from Vietnam, Myanmar, the Philippines, Singapore, Brunei, Malaysia, Laos, Thailand, Cambodia and Indonesia were invited by Prime Minister Narendra Modi to celebrate the 25th anniversary of ASEAN-India ties. India looks to deepen bonds with its eastern neighbors amid its wariness over China's growing influence in the region.
A Chinese private company prepares to launch the first self-developed rocket in the first half of 2018. Xu Chang, the company founder, said his company was established in 2015, has just completed the test and is confident with the launch.
Located in the Yizhuang district in Beijing, engineers are working to build a 6-meter-long rocket, the first-generation product in Xu's company. Ai Ziheng, a rocket engineer, said that the part assembled at the rocket tail needs to withstand the burning heat, so it is very important how to design the thermal seal. Added with the load, this rocket is about 8 meters long. At the end of last year, engineers completed the tests on this rocket. Talking about the cost, Xu said it is a main problem they must face up to. In addition to the first-generation project, Xu's company is researching and developing another 3 types of rockets.
A spokesman for Syria's opposition delegation to UN-brokered peace talks in Vienna says the Syrian opposition will not attend a peace conference that Russia is hosting in Sochi next week.
The spokesman, Yahya al-Aridi, said the Syrian government and its ally Russia had not provided the necessary commitments, and the Sochi conference was an attempt to undermine the United Nations efforts to broker a peace deal. UN-brokered peace talks in Vienna between the Syrian government and opposition have ended, and the United Nations has yet to decide whether to attend a peace conference in Russia next week, the host of the Vienna talks said on Saturday.
We believe that the ball is in the Russian court, and they say that they have the upper hand in Syria, and they were responsible for saving this regime for a long time, and they can bring it to commit itself to international legality resolutions, and if they want, they can.
Western powers and some Arab states believe the conference in Sochi is an attempt to create a separate peace process that would undermine the United Nations efforts and lay the groundwork for a solution more suitable to Syrian President Bashar al-Assad and his allies, Russia and Iran.
Palestinian chief negotiator Saeb Erekat condemns US President Donald Trump's comments on Jerusalem. Trump said earlier on Thursday at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland, that his recent declaration of Jerusalem as Israel's capital took the city off the negotiating table.
Erekat added that Palestinians and Israelis need a meaningful peace process that would lead to the two-state solution.
The insistence of President Trump saying that Jerusalem is off the negotiating table translates into that peace is off the negotiating table. This is very disrespectful to the international community, very disrespectful to international law. This is just rewarding the Israeli aggression and occupation and throwing this region down the path of chaos and lawlessness and bloodshed. This must stop. What Palestinians and Israelis need, they need a meaningful peace process that would lead to the two-state solution, the state of Palestine, with East Jerusalem as its capital, to live side by side in peace and security with the state of Israel on the 1967 lines. This is what's needed, and everything else is throwing Palestinian and Israelis deeper and deeper into the cycle of violence and counter-violence.
Trump also threatened to withhold aid to the Palestinians if they did not pursue peace with Israel, saying that they snubbed the United States by not meeting Vice President Mike Pence during a recent visit.
Nobel Prize-winning economist Joseph Stiglitz says that U.S. President Donald Trump's claim that the American economy has never been stronger is absolutely wrong. Stiglitz made the statement after the president's speech at the World Economic Forum in Davos on Friday.
According to Stiglitz, the final years of the Obama administration created many more jobs than during Trump's one-year presidency.
He claimed that there were more job creation. Well, in fact, in the last couple years of the Obama administration, there were much more job creation than during Trump. Trump is actually 20% below Obama. I know he would hate that, but those are the facts.
Trump became the first sitting U.S. president in 18 years to address the annual conclave of the rich and powerful at the Swiss ski resort of Davos, closing the summit with a mostly upbeat speech that declared the United States open for business. Carrie Fraser, an environmental scientist from the Australian National University, said Trump's Davos speech contained a lot to worry about, such as the removal of environmental regulations on big businesses. Anya Schifrin of Columbia University School of International and Public Affairs wore a T-shirt reading, "Not my president," telling reporters Trump was a dangerous racist who uses fascist tactics.
Books about the 1930s, and I think his tactics are in fact fascist tactics, and I'm deeply, deeply worried about how dangerous he is. I think for him to come to a place like Davos and give a speech and have people applaud him is normalizing him, and he is a dangerous racist, and we really can't let that happen. We've seen too many people around the world.
In sports, we have debutant Alexis Sanchez had little trouble adjusting to his new place in Manchester United's lineup as he assisted the opening two goals in the Premier League club's 4-0 FA Cup fourth-round win at Yeovil Town on Friday.
Marcus Rashford and Ander Herrera both benefited from the Chileans' presence either side of half-time, while Jesse Lingard and Romelu Lukaku scored late on as the 12 times FA Cup champions overcame a spirited performance from the League Two hosts. Despite a shaky start to the match, it proved to be a very happy evening for manager Jose Mourinho to mark his 55th birthday, a day after committing his future to Old Trafford until 2020. Yeovil started the brighter of the two teams in front of a packed Huish Park and had the first shots on goal, Jordan Green in particular testing stand-in United goalkeeper Sergio Romero after 15 minutes. However, they were behind after 41 minutes when Sanchez played in Rashford, who was fortunate that Yeovil defender Thomas James hesitated to clear, allowing the English striker to put the ball in. Hopes of an upset were further dashed in a swift United counter-attack around the hour mark, with Sanchez once again the provider to the overlapping Herrera, who rifled in with his left foot. Sanchez's replacement Lingard continued his recent fine run of form by running into the opposition penalty area late on and firing in his 12th goal of the season in all competitions. Lukaku then grabbed his third goal of 2018 with a close finish to cap a flattering win for Mourinho's men. United will discover their fifth-round opponents when the draw is made on Monday, 2 days before their return to Premier League action at Tottenham Hotspur.
And that's all we have for this hour. Thank you for watching. Wish you all a very pleasant day ahead.
alunu miedo mitari ufuladani fakhruwe kama ufalaki kulibarki muli dunia ebakura eche adi mitari ufularu alumenga azmaka maza ka bamani kulibaru mubarat oga mikahala ran tarita etake faharu fudo